Hello again, my name is Anja, and today I will continue to talk about the alchemy of smudging. For today I picked the Copal and the Elder. I know I talked about Elder many times, but I can't do it enough because it's one of my favorites. Copal you can burn with pretty much anything else. And I thought with what Copal is doing for you and Elder, I thought they make a nice match. So that's why I decided to pick Elder. So a little fact about the Copal first. So the term Copal comes from the language of the Aztecs. So it's a Copali or Cocopaltic, and it's called, I can't say it, so Anna will enjoy that, Copalquahutl or so. So let's just go for Copali and Cocopaltic, okay? So, and with this it translates the word into like a transparent resin, yeah, that's how you can translate it. It is also a collective term for a different amber-like balm and resin. So, but there's a difference between balms and resins, but I will talk about that later when I talk about balms. So, and among the Mayas, Copal was known by the name Pum, which means brain of the sky. I like that one. So Copal was for the pre-Columbian civilization of Mesoamerica as a gift of the gods. And for these people, it was not only the most important incense for all their religious and magical rituals, but it was also widely used as a healing remedy. And for the Mayas, especially, the Copal resin of the trees was sacred, because they were struck by lightning, and that was considered as a sign of gods. Copal is one of the semi-fossils, so natural resin, and it has a higher hardness compared to fresh resins. And under Copal today, there is a collective term for different yellow, golden to amber color resins that we understand. So originally referred to as Copal, the resin which was used in the advanced civilization of the Mayas and Aztecs. And this comes from the species tree Proteum copal. It's an evergreen tree, as well as Proteum crassipitalium, and it thrives in Central and South America, like Guatemala or southern Mexico. So often these trees are found at the ancient Mayan ruins where they were grown in former times, because due to the high demand that they had. So they planted and grew them. And in addition to this genuine copal tree, which the Indians called Tepecopalquaquitl, there are a variety of copal resins and others Broicino, which comes from the balsam trees of the genus Burseriacea, and this includes the Boswellia trees. And these grown in India, in Congo, Madagascar, Manila, Zanzibar, and West Africa. And in South Africa, the Bursera species, also known as Copal de Puebla. Also, the Australian or New Zealand cowriefish spruce, Gatis australis, serves as copal supplier. So there are many, many trees. And in the pre-Columbian cultures, it has traditionally been divided into white, golden, and black copal. It was also called the divine incense. But the exact botanical origin of the golden and black copal is still not really clear, so I can't really talk about it. I don't want to just put something in that is not true. So let's get into the Copal itself a bit. The Mayans, they had a ritual in which they burned a Copal mixture called divine incense, and this was knotted into 3 bundles in the directions of the rising sun, the east, in honor of the gods. And the mixture goes back to the creation myth of Popol Vuh of the Mayas, where the humans are giving 3 different Copal kinds of 3 different jaguars. And the following Copal resins, they are listed there. So it's a Copal Negro, also Canistan Copal, that is the black one, then the Copal Oro, which is the golden, and the Copal Blanco. It's also called the Mixtam Copal. This is the white one. So the Copal Blanco Pontium, the black one, the white one, the Blanco white, not Negro, sorry, my brain, squirreling. So the Copal Blanco Pontium, so this is the original white Copal from Mexico. And when you burn it, it has a really nice, fine, spicy, aromatic, and fresh scent. But you have to watch the resin goes very quickly with liquid when you smudge it on the screen or on that little net or on the charcoal. So you should definitely put some sand or a piece of aluminum foil in the sieve if you use it, or on the choil in which you put the Copal, or otherwise it drips through the sieve. So and if you put it on the charcoal, like I do that with others, you put a little sand on the charcoal so that the resins don't burn down so fast. But I mentioned that before. So and Copal is used, especially this one is for protective and healing purposes. So, and it has a strong healing power. It's very heart opening and purifying. It will clear your mind, and it opens us to the spirit world. So Copal resin was regarded as particularly holy by the Mayas. And above all of it, it was smudged in the morning ceremonies for initiations and divine visions. Because incense Copal, it supports spiritual work. So Copal Blanco opens the way to perception of the divine. And so use the great power of Copal. You know, it's also a protective smudge against magical attacks. So Copal is very strong. Then we have the Copal Oro, the golden Copal. So when you smudge that one, it has a very warm and resinous smoke. It's very warm, very nice. I like it. I like them all 3. So, and this Copal kind is especially found in South and Central America. So the Mayans smudged this kind early in the morning as well, at sunrise, in honor of the sun. So, and since the fumes are so warm, right? It smells really bright and clear, and a very slight lemony touch, I would say. Like, that's how I smell it. So, and it also can have a little fruity and light fragrance. So if you put it on a strainer, but on a charcoal, it's a little more intense, but it's still very, very pleasant. So don't worry about how or where you smudge it. Just keep in mind the foil, or in case of the charcoal, you want to put the sand on. So the incense with this Copal strengthens your intuition, it promotes clairvoyance, and it supports your spiritual work. So, and also this one is used for protective and healing smudging purpose. So very strong healing power, very heart opening, like I said, purifying your mind and the clarifying effect in your mind. So and and also visualizations you can support with a Copal gold. So very much so. And this resin comes from Indonesia and the Philippines. So and it's smudged before ceremonies or in the morning, also for initiations and for divine visions. So, and the message of that scent or the smudge or the resin, how you want to call it, it will open you to the light. Yeah, so it really supports your spiritual work. So take advantage of the great light power of the Copal. So, and again, also against magical attacks, very strong. So in this way, they're all similar. Then we have the Copal Brontium Negro, the black Copal. So, yeah, this is from Mexico these days, but like I said, the origin is not known till today, really. So, and this is a special copper resin because of its dark color. And if you smudge it, it can dispel your dark mood and more darker, heavier weight spirits. And it attracts good energy. So it can be used very well for cleaning and especially for smudging in the evening, you know, when our mind is a little heavier set. It's earthy and liberating, so it will help you ground a bit too. It has a profound effect on the subconsciousness, so yeah, it aids you in spiritual work. And it's very soothing, you know, it has a very soothing effect, so, and this one is very well suited for after smudging. So what I mean, like I mentioned in the beginning, you can do two kinds of smudging. That's what I do. Like either if once you cleanse a house or you cleanse a person or whatever, you cleanse it with certain incense. And after you can do like a protection cleansing, right? So, and this one is very well suited for, these after smudgings. Yeah, like I said, any after ritual or cleansing of some sort. So the Copal Negro is a traditional incense in Mexico, and it's used for all sorts of smudging ceremonies, like I said, and again for purification and healing. And the smell of that one is fine as well, slightly lemony as well, and yeah, I like that fragrance of that. And you can sure use them all three together in one incense mix. I love doing that. So those three are totally safe to smudge them all together. But also, before I forget that, in addition, other than being used as an incense, I mentioned that in the beginning, Copal has been used for medical purposes. So it was used as a dental care, like chewing on it or making an oil out of it. You can smoke it as to repel insects. Helps. It does. I tried it. Then also the Maori, they used it for the colors in their tattoos, and the Mayas, they used it for dye, for making blue indigo and polygorskite. So even in some cases, a Copal was used for jewelry protection. And it's very well, you can use it very well as a matrix for embedding any kind of organisms. So if you want to do maybe your little organites or something, that's a perfect resin for that, you know. So just saying. yeah, I love Copal. I love the smell. I love the energy it gives to you. Very opening. So I really like it. I mean, I like them all, but so yeah. And then I mentioned the elder. So some of you may know the elder. I just started growing a little elder bush, and I was so happy because there is no elder growing here in Edmonton. So I bought seeds, and 2 years ago I started planting them, and I think after 2-3 months nothing happened, nothing changed. So I thought they died or the seeds were gone already when I purchased them. So I ditched the whole pot with dirt on the side of my deck. And this year I noticed I have elder growing in my backyard. So the seeds made it. And I had blossoms already, and now the berries are starting to come, and I was so happy. And then that storm came and killed my elder. Was I mad? But it just has a little, it just broke just a bit off. I mean, enough to make it die, but I want to try an experiment and try to glue it with resin. So I'm just gonna try that. I will let you know how it goes. So, but besides that, the elder. So this bush can reach a height up to, can be high, 11 meters. So you have to look it up in inches, please. Yeah, you find him in all over Europe, all over. The Caucasus, minor parts of Asia or North Africa, northern India, western Siberia, and mostly on the banks of the river and the edges of forests. So, but once it spreads, it grows. But mine was young, so the storm killed it. No, it didn't kill it. I will save it. Yes, I just made that in my mind. So the name elder comes from the Nordic underworld goddess Miss Holle, because in the mythology it's considered the seed of Mrs. Holle. I mean, you know, maybe the the story tale about the fairy tale about Miss Holle, the one that shakes her pillows and makes it snow. For me, for my personal opinion, she has the same energy as Heal. So for me, it's actually a different name for Heal. And the elderberry has been inspiring humanity since time, like since I can remember, or since humanity can remember. Elderberry is traditionally regarded as a living tree, inhabited by gods and spirits, and that provide protection from lightning, fire, snake bites, and the nasty kind of sorcery. So therefore he stood as a protection tree on almost every farm. And for the Teutons, the elder was the family tree of protection, and it was forbidden to use this wood as firewood, because that could bring on disaster, right? That's what they believed. So, and the elder puts all the mischief of property and its inhabitants into its soil, you know, so it pulls in all the negative energy that you don't have to deal with it. So, but if you would burn the wood, then you would relieve these energies in your rooms again. You know what I mean? And where I used to live in Germany on a farm, there were so many. It was growing up my window. That's how high they grow. Most beautiful energy in general. Like, I have to agree to that. And the elderberry is also considered a tree of birth, because the women, they buried their afterbirth under the shrub and poured out the bathing water of infants under it to gain protection against disease for the babies. So You know, they were asking hollow or heal for protection for their children, and that's what they do. So let's get to the plant a bit. So if you smudge elder blossoms, they smell, how can I describe that? They smell flowery, but yet spicy, but yet very sweet. Very interesting fume. And but the elderberry wood, this is only intended for protection smudging, if you smudge for protection. So it can be taken from the elder, right? Preferably take branches that are off already and don't cut the blooming tree. So you can take the wood, the marrow, the flowers, the dried berries, but make sure you always dry the berries and the flowers if you smudge them. It doesn't matter what kind of flower, always make sure it's dry. So, yeah, and therefore they're very suitable either like if you just want a different, bring a different aroma into your incense mix, or yeah, or if you want to use it for protection, it doesn't matter. Like I said, it goes very well with other herbs and other resins. So if you are smudging the dried flowers, you can question your fate. What I mean by that is it has a positive and clarifying and purifying effect on your body and the mind. So, and it will connect you with the goddess of the upper world and to the underworld with your ancestors. So it is a threshold plant. So, and it's very sacred to our ancestors. So therefore you can connect, you know, with the source and with your ancestors to get the questions that you are asking about your fate. But yet remember, you are the one in control of your fate, right? Every day what you do, every step you take will have an effect on your fate, on your future. So whatever you do, whatever you ask, it doesn't matter what it is. It's never the total outcome. It's a guidance. It's a recommendation for you. It's a help for you. But again, you alone have the outcome in your hand. So always keep that in mind. So now I drifted off. Where was I? Yeah, like I said, if you want to contact your ancestors, that's the plan to do it with. So the flowers of it. So when you smudge it, you get a little, slightly like a little winged atmosphere, you know, and it tells your mind that the right is time for finally finishing something that you might have been pushing forward for a long time, even through a traumatic experience, you know. But the elderberry, she will give you a different perspective. So it will protect you, it will cleanse you, but it will also clear your mind, and it will show you the path. So you find your way out of that traumatic experience or the stress or whatever happened, right? Like I said, I'm just mentioning examples here. So, yeah. Well, so I am done for today here. I'm not too sure what I will talk about next. I have some stuff ready, or not ready, but I have in mind what I would like to talk about next. But I'm picky, so I don't know. Surprise! Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed that. And I'm trying to get more information about the resins and where they're coming from in. And if I speak out their names wrong, I apologize. So, yeah. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. I can also make you an incense mix if you tell me for what purpose you need one. Just at this time, I can't give them out for free anymore. I'm running out of supplies and I need new ones, so I would charge for the supplies only. But that said, I hope see you all back next week. Thank you so much for listening, and you have a very great sunny day wherever you are, or a very calm and peaceful night. Bye bye.